Good evening. I figured tonight, I'm going to do a kind of a low key video here. I'm currently trying to organize all the stuff I have, all the pictures and documentation and stuff like that. And yeah, I was thinking about it before I started this, and we're all waiting for Christmas. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, to open gifts. And this box here that I'm about to go through, I have no idea what's in it, and I figured it's kind of a little surprise too for the viewers that are watching this channel. And figured I'd go through it real quick, just show what I have here, and if anything kind of sparks your fancy and you want to, know more about it, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely try to dig up more information about it and do something in more depth. But this is a complete random box of stuff, and it's not even organized, so it's kind of like I like the shows on YouTube that go through the abandoned houses and you never know what you're gonna find, and I forget what I have sometimes because I just collected it so long. So we'll see where this goes, and stay tuned here, and we'll go through this stuff. I started digging through this stuff. I have this box here, and I have all other boxes. I have like a total 8 boxes down here of stuff, and more up in Pennsylvania, but all types of things. So I found this here. This is a picture of this was St. John's Church in a fair. Is it St. John's? No, St. Peter's. I keep getting the St. John's, Peter's, James churches all mixed up, but this is from about the 1900, 1910. It's now the Whitestone Church of Fairview, I think, or Harvest Church. I'm not really sure what it's called now, but you can see this has all the old pews in it and everything, and it got really, really badly damaged. I found this in the attic somewhere, so it wasn't in good shape to begin with, but it keeps getting worse and worse. I'll have to scan it. I have all this stuff down here. I'm trying to make piles so I can organize it. My family, these are old funeral books. Well, actually, this is the baby's record here. I think this is actually my grandma's. We were storing some in the basement of my parents, and it was getting like water. So I kind of rescued this stuff and put it in containers so it wouldn't get destroyed any further. But and sure enough, September 4th, 1938, Dr. Mortimer from Petrolia. And here's all the records, for all her vaccination records. I don't want to impede on my grandma's privacy here, but here it is. That's pretty neat. And there's even some little baby pictures in here. I'll do some public embarrassment here of baby photos. This is back when they actually made nice birthday cards. And it was from Evelyn and Jake Rankin in Fairview. And she was christened up at the German Reformed Church in Fairview, which is the church I shared with the Christmas picture. That's from St. Peter's Church in Fairview. So my grandparents used to live in Hornertown, and there's a whole bunch of people that moved to Fairview from Hornertown in the 1930s. The Wigton family, and I believe the Robinson family, maybe, I'm not really sure about them, and my great-grandparents, the Campbells, all moved up from Hornertown to Fairview. Here it says she moved up from Hornertown when she was 26 days old. She was born at home. And there's a lot more here. That's one of the things in here. Switching to a different topic. I know what this is. I think this is a funeral book here. These are kind of neat, especially from our area, because they have a lot of people's names in them from back in the day. So I'm not sure whose this is. Miss Edward Collins. So this was Pearl Mahoney. And if you can see way across the room there, the lady that's in the pink dress, well, it's actually a blue dress up on my wall there. That's my great-great-grandmother. But they're probably not the best film in here. I'm sorry about that. But the nice thing about these is that they have everyone. So, starting over again. The nice thing about these is they have everyone that came to visit at the funeral home. And it's kind of neat to look down through the names because you can see who all paid visits, and there's a lot of names in here that are familiar. There's a whole bunch of different ones there I recognize, but I have a whole bunch of these. Some of them more interesting than others, but yeah, look through some of these pictures here. Here's a picture here. I'll do a story about this sometime in the future. This is the old brewing and refining factory. It's formerly located where the Brewing Lagoon is. And I have a couple of these in here. I have this photo, then I have one more too, and this came from Mildred Works' house. This was her father there. You can see it's pointed out. He worked down there. But that's the people that used to work at the Brewing Lagoon. I think this is the other photo here. Yeah, it is. This is another photo here. The brewing factory. I have a lot of these too. These are the old team from Petrolia, the baseball team. My grandfather's in the middle row, second one in from the right. And on the back here, everyone's listed. So. This picture here was, I think, my great-grandfather's senior trip to the Mount Vernon. And I know he's in here somewhere. I think he's right where it's broke, the photo. Actually, he's right there, holding a hat. Has a little black bow tie on. I think I showed some of these in my other video too. The Petrolia team 1928. I'd like to get those framed sometime. That's an outdoor one there. 1927. I think that baseball field was located up by Bear Creek Cemetery. My great-grandfather said he used to play baseball up there. There's a lot of stuff in here. This picture here is in really bad shape. This is a Penrico basketball team. 1927. There's the name on the back of it too. There's their names. I think I have another one with names on it. Here's a neat thing here too. This is when they were trying to raise money to build onto the church in Fairview. they made these pamphlets up to try to get donations from the congregation. And they, sorry, cold. They came through with the donations and built it. As the you can see on the right there or the left, the Sunday school rooms. And then for some reason, I'm not really sure what the whole history was. It'd be nice if it was documented, but there used to be 2 towers in the church, and the one was taken off. It must have got hit by lightning or deteriorated, where they had to tear it off. But it says in here, all the people that were involved with the church at that time. I see a lot of my great uncles, great aunts. There's quite a few people here that are still alive too. This is the 1950s. And here they're citing all the different Bible verses why you should give money to the church to build on. Here's a whole bunch of old checks. My great-grandmother signed them. I think these were for the Ferry Borough. They were throwing these out one time, and I rescued them. They're not really anything interesting, but that might be a good one to do a video on later. I don't know what this is about here. The Gargling Oil Almanac, 1880. See in the back here, C.C. Alexander, Fairview, PA. Druggist and apothecary. It's in nearly perfect shape, too. There's a bunch of things out here, too, from the borough. I'm not sure where to get her next. And then I find stuff that I should not be even in here. This is a picture of Fairview, the whole aerial view from a different angle. You can see the Senator Hayes mansion and the apartment house across from my parents. I have to organize all this stuff and get it all in better organization so I can actually find it. This picture here, I'm not really sure what it is. I think that it is possibly, I don't think it's the war veterans, or maybe it's like the Institute of, or the Institution of Odd Fellows. I'm not really sure, but it's from Petrolia. And I think the picture's taken in front of the old Gibson farm behind Fairview. I'm not sure about that either. But someone wrote all the names in the back here. And this came from the wild side of my family. And on the very front row there, get rid of the glare there, the front row sitting is Barney Wiles. And he was one that I showed a picture before of him sitting on top of a carriage full of big drums in front of the Unimart in Petrolia, Bolts' gas station. He's right there. So, a lot of different people there. I think this one here I might actually do a video on too sometime, because some of these people here have a pretty interesting past. There's a Crawford Campbell here, and I believe that it's the same Crawford Campbell that was related to Mildred's family, and he abandoned his wife, I think, and she opened an orphanage pretty much up down in Petrolia. She had the big old farmhouse up behind Inspect. It was a big brick farmhouse and a barn. And it was called the Campbell Orphanage, according to Mildred work. And I think that was him. But I'm not really sure about that. I don't want to put words in people's mouths, especially those that can't defend themselves right now. But and there's a whole bunch of different stuff in here, though. But I think that was a nice little taste of what the different things I have up here. Here's a nice little family photo here. Let me get rid of the shadow here. The photo's falling apart, but this was the Wiles family in the They're related to the Myers and Shakely family, done by Kaler and Frogtown, down going towards East Brady and Katanning. And this is all the brother and sister-in-laws, all related. And everyone's listed on here. There's another tintype down here. I have a whole collection of these tintypes. I don't know who's in them. That one there I know is from the Wiles family. Put this on my car. It was mine. But everything else is a big mismatch of things. I got more of these funeral books back here too. We'll call them or the fizzing books. Let's see who this is here. Sorry for the. This was Charles Wiles, which would have been my great grandfather's, one of his uncles. And it was down at the Hepler Funeral Home in Petrolia, 1963. So, I won't bore you with that, but. Well, thank you for taking a look at all that stuff. It might be boring to a lot of people, but I think it's pretty neat. I forget what I have sometimes, so it's nice to go through it again and get a fresh glance of what I have here. And I'm going to try to organize it so I can better access it. But in the meantime, have a Merry Christmas and thank you for watching this. And please like and subscribe. Thank you.